Good afternoon. This is David Zimmel, host of Shades of Havana. We're here with Director's Cut with Michael, Nick, and Rod. Take it away, Mike.
What are you smoking? I'm Michael Doyle. I am a co-creator and co-producer of Shades of Havana. I am smoking. What am I smoking?
You're smoking our Connecticut hand roll, so that's
I just hope it
Ecuadorian,
doesn go down.
Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper.
You know,
This could be a very real possibility.
It could be a possibility.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, this is the kind of thing I suggest for somebody smoking who smokes infrequently or smoking for the first time. Try Connecticut wrapper. See what kind of flavor you get. If you like that, you can jump up in strength. That's mild to medium citrus hay is what you should get off of that, and nice mild smoke.
I got to tell you, I'm enjoying it, and it's new, so great pick.
And we'll let you know.
Pace yourself.
We'll wait like 45 minutes and see what happens.
Right. Like, it's like I gave blood yesterday. They made me sit for 15 minutes.
Right.
You got to sit down in the front for 15 minutes before you leave.
Yeah. So, it's Nick Foster again, obviously co-owner of this place where we are right now, Asbury Park Cigar and Tobacco, owner of Senor Juan Cigars, and certified retail tobacconist. So, try to impart what little I know about cigars on the guests and the audience as well. And to the guy that said he thinks all my answers are scripted, I promise you I come up with them on the spot.
They're definitely not scripted.
Not scripted.
I can attest to that.
Not scripted.
Not scripted.
Hi, I'm Rod Weber. I am co-creator of Shades of Havana and a couple other shows here with Michael. We've been working together for about, 2.5, 3 years now?
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years. Yeah. Incredible. Producing shows, podcasts, things that we think people would like to watch, things that we like to watch. And that's one of our goals here when we do this. I'm an ex-actor. I used to perform on Broadway. I've done several Broadway shows and shows in Las Vegas, national tours. And about 15 years ago, when I met my wife, I decided that I was going to switch my career for only 3 years. But thought I would go back to Broadway, but instead I've just been enjoying myself here. So,
if you don't mind me asking, throw one show out there that you were in.
Jekyll and Hyde, Saturday Night Fever. I'll throw a few out.
Okay.
Saturday Night, Starlight Express in Las Vegas I was there for 3.5 years.
Wow.
I saw that on Broadway.
Wow.
So
yeah, I saw it on Broadway too.
Yeah, that was my audition song to get into acting school at Syracuse was One Rock and Roll Too Many.
One rock. Yeah, I remember.
One more joint put out. Too much ringing that bell makes you swing and shout. There's too many something in the laser beams. Yeah.
They changed the lyrics in because it's a little different than that. But we could sing that duet.
Let's do it. Let's do it right now.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, who knew the talent behind the cameras?
Who knew? I'm also
just as good as the talent we have on the camera.
Not only are you not scripted, you can fucking sing.
Oh yeah. Well, I do have
I didn't. There we go.
I do have a blues band. So
That's true.
I'm the harmonica player and singer for my blues band.
Great.
So yeah. Awesome. So for anybody who thinks I script anything, this is just what my voice sounds like, and I apologize if it seems scripted.
Oh, it sounds good to me.
And I think that one of the most important things that people need to know is that this show is not scripted. And the fact that when the idea originally was brought up, I myself followed my father to many different cigar lounges. He would make promises that we were going to go downtown Baltimore and that the 1 hour visit at a cigar lounge would be 1 hour tops. And who knew that we would end up spending the entire night there? I mean, there's a reason why everybody enjoys that break and release. But when I look at the quality of the show, the fact that you can bring everyday people together over a cigar, a cocktail, have good conversation, that there is a tremendous benefit for people to look at the opportunities aside of what they go through in their own life to network, meet the people that they do, and really to prove that through this show that people can engage in conversation, walk away having shared an experience. That to me is special.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the fact that people can, sit in a cigar lounge and they can disagree, but at the end of the day, they're walking out, they've shared a cigar with each other. They find the things that they have in common, the things that they both like to do, and they talk about that more than anything else.
Yeah.
And as a proprietor of Two Such Establishments, I say there's some tricks that we use as well, making sure that TVs are on sports and not on news, and discouraging political conversations. Not to say they don't happen, but we kind of discourage them to make sure that all the disparate parties get along and have a good time and everybody is able to relax. Because after all, this is an hour and a half of relaxation, and that's what you want to do.
It's funny because I find that being in a cigar lounge, you're, as I've said, you're with all different people, okay? But I find that you can express your feelings or your, whatever positions you take, and there, it's a discussion. In fact, there's times that I've gone in and someone's explained something, and when I left, I said, "Gee, never really thought of it that way." So, I think that's a positive thing. That it's not like people are nose to nose arguing their position and a fight breaks out. You're hanging out, you're relaxed, you have a cigar, drink many times, and you can express your opinion.
So I have a question, one for you, David. So you and I go back a long time. I actually grew up caddying at a Hollywood golf club. In terms of when you think or look at how things fall together, Rod, you had mentioned we've been working together for 3 years. Nick, I've come to your cigar shops with friends. When you look at how things have aligned, what are one of the major reasons why you decided to host and partner with our team?
I think that I have, you and I have been on the golf course many times. We developed a very close relationship. And I think when you asked me to do it, I really felt somewhat compelled to try to help out if I could. And it was something that I've never done before.
Kudos to you for that.
And I must say that I was, very nervous in the beginning for the first one.
But eased into it nicely.
But, thank you. But, the thing is that this is really doing something that is a little bit out of my wheelhouse that I've never done before. I figured that, during my life, I wanted to try something different. And, it's been, somewhat rewarding. I mean, and again, even in doing these, there's a big learning curve. Rod has been very good at, seriously pointing out certain things, and that's the way you improve. You have to make a mistake first. And the key is, my dad once told me when I started in real estate, you're going to make mistakes. The key is don't make the same mistake twice. It's learning not to make that mistake twice. So, if you can, if you go through an episode and, maybe I didn't look into the camera, I didn't do something right, and it's pointed out to me, hopefully I take that criticism or suggestion and I improve on myself. So,
I based on that point, I think about where we were, where we are, and where we all plan on going. And I remember carrying your bag, walking up hole 9, and playing the episode intro music. I said, David, I would love for you to host his show. And he's probably thinking, what the hell show is this? Is it really going to come to fruition? What is this show going to look like? And I said, David, we're going to do this. And you were incredible with the episode, putting the whole episode intro together and the different frames. And to watch how far we've come in just a short period of time.
Well, I will say one thing. The most interesting thing to me, or surprising to me, was when I first did this, I figured I'm going to do it, but it's unbelievable during my day, either at the golf course or working, how many people come up to me and say, great job, or when are you guys going to shoot another episode? Okay, so I'm shocked at the amount of eyes that end up getting on this, and it's kind of morphed into something a little bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Well, but it really goes to team. You would say the lessons that your father had passed down, and truly us growing together as a team. Yeah. Being able to help pick each other up in places where, and you have to really truly drop ego and understand that we're all here to make the best of what we can make happen. And Nick, I won't forget when Rod called me and said, we need Nick. Nick knows what he's talking about. I want to bring Nick in. I said, okay. I reached out, and it was all Rod. And Rod said, Nick could be a great special guest host. I mean, clearly you've been a part of it since the beginning, filming at Hollywood Golf Club. What made you come in?
Well, I'll tell you, when you're talking about where it's going, and you're going to be going to the register to pay for these cigars that these guys smoke today. So that's, but I'm just teasing. But no, I think, just kind of talking about how you view the cigar community. One of the guys was talking about going to an exclusive club where it's members only and you can smoke a cigar, but he liked the feel of the other place up the street where he could go and just walk in and sit down. It's a bunch of regular guys. And I think I want to demystify the whole cigar thing. It's not just for the country club set. It's not just for guys who have a boat or an Escalade, right? It's an everyday thing that can bring people together, that you can sit silently and enjoy company, or can sit with a great conversation and enjoy company, and you can take some time for yourself out of the day. And I just want to kind of espouse that kind of cigar religion to the masses.
Well, no, Nick, that's the most compelling point. Is that what I find is hanging out at a cigar lounge. You can walk in for the first time. There's a group of guys. You say hello. They go, "Hey, how you doing?" You pull up a seat, and you're really part of the community immediately. And it could be all walks of life. Like, there's police, there's doctors, there's attorneys,
Yes.
there's internet guys. Everyone gets along.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a collective peace pipe, in a lot of ways, because everyone's sitting here, they're having their own, traditional smoke. Allows us to just sit down, breathe. Obviously, we're not breathing the smoke so much, but just breathing in the sense of just relaxing, and being able to be genuine and talk about things that just come to our mind and what concerns us, and letting it be.
David, you brought up earlier today in one of the episodes that you can't have these type of conversations anymore. If you're at a backyard barbecue, if you're at a graduation party, or even in your own, event, and that people's walls are up.
Yeah.
And what I find through the subliminal effect of a cocktail and a cigar are that those walls come down. And through these topics that we hand, because everybody walks in not having any idea of what they're going to discuss, and to watch how people react outside of just their mannerisms and body language is to see how they are able to quickly run with the topics that they're given, and to have to get comfortable being uncomfortable talking about these topics and truly bringing these.
Well, we were talking earlier in one of the episodes about the most important amendment, First Amendment, freedom of speech. I mean, it's a shame that everyone just can't voice their opinion, and you respect someone for their opinion. You can disagree, but you don't have to be enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I remember last year I was on the driving range at my golf club, and one guy was a Republican, one was a Democrat, and these guys were nose to nose. And I thought they were going to break out in a fight. And I said to myself, they have a difference of opinion. We don't need to fight about it. Okay, but for some reason in a cigar lounge, you can express your opinion and people can still get along.
Yeah.
What do you think it is, though, that where people can have these type of conversations, and maybe even Rod, if you and I don't smoke as much cigars as these two enthusiasts, what would you happen to say that could be a reason why people feel comfortable?
Dark lights.
Dark lights.
Dark lights, a smoky room.
I mean, there's a lot of booze. A lot of booze.
Yeah, definitely will, some social elixir, grease, for lack of another term. But, people just can open up. And I do think it's just knowing that we're away from the street, we're away from, for a lot of these people, they're away from their families. And they can talk about things that they can't talk about with their families necessarily, or they share in common. Let's just quit that there.
I got it's a director's cut, not an episode.
Every time you smoke a cigar, an angel gets its wings.
That's right. You heard the bell.
It's kind of like if someone goes to AA, they can get up in front of all the people and, talk about things that everyone in the room is kind of similar, but it's something they wouldn't talk about to someone outside of AA for whatever reason.
Sure.
So when you're in with these dark lights, whatever, maybe everyone's guard is down and everyone just feels comfortable.
For lack of another term, it's therapeutic,
Right.
It is therapeutic.
Well, Steve Harvey said, cigars is yoga.
There you go.
I also want to point out and say that as much as the talent that we have on front of the camera, which has been absolutely tremendous through each episode, is that there are those behind the scenes, that truly are able to depict what it is we're looking to do and make that magic and bring it to life. And we have, you, Rod, you've been with us since day one, right? We've set out, we do several shows, and each experience is unique to itself. But we also have Chicago, Steve Zimmel, out there who handles in the post. We have Sean, we have Mark, we also have Miguel, who have invested not just time, but also money because, we are at the ground floor. What we're looking to do is to scale.
Well, I will say one thing, and in all the people that do make comments to me about when are you doing another show, the one thing that's said to me every time is how professional the show looks, okay? And that's a tribute to you guys, but that's a big factor. It's not just take someone on their phone filming. Right. It's done in a very professional manner, which I think is a very positive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one of the goals that I had when we started this idea was have it be a cool-looking atmosphere, First of all, cigar lounges are pretty nice atmospheres, or something really homey about them and old world about it, sort of, and for a lot of them. Not all of them, but I wanted to enhance that and just give it a feel of intimacy, and we got some cool backgrounds going on, and I love the red lights, but we'll change those someday probably, just to have fun, and just to make it like, if you see it on YouTube or somewhere, you go, oh, that looks cool. What is that? We just want that factor. And same thing with the opening of the show. Created that slow-mo effect. Remember, we just shot a few shots?
Yeah, it's pretty.
We spent, 2-3 minutes doing those shots, and then now it's like this whole...
Every time I watch it, I crack up, but it's
stylized opening.
Also, too, I want to make it a point for for me as being a non-cigar enthusiast, is when you could go to a new location and you can look at the different aesthetics of which they offer. You can watch people, we actually have our guests arrive 10, 15 minutes beforehand. And it's not just so you can get comfortable with the production because of the production value that Rod, you and your team create, but it's also, too, it's about network. Through these stories and allowing people to identify, or even if they have a different opinion or perspective, that they can leave exchanging numbers. I mean, we just saw today people leave and
exchange numbers, exchange. And the other thing, too, is it happens all the time. Whenever we shoot an episode, when it's over, the people that are waiting to come on next, they always say, that was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay? And, they're like listening.
They're raring to go.
We get a lot of positive feedback, so that's also good.
Well, it's exciting to be here with you all. We hope that people will continue to pay attention. For those that haven't subscribed, we hope that they will subscribe. But really, it's a team with Erwin and my father John, which is one of the reasons why this show was drawn up and created alongside with Rod. It's truly been a fun ride, and I can only hope that with where we're going to go, it will continue to be.
It's going to get better and better.
Right.
U.S. tours.
Yeah.
U.S. tours.
Looking forward to it.
Well, cheers to us.
Cheers.
And to Shades of Havana.
Thank you.
Stay smoky.
What do you smoke?
What are you smoking?
There you go.
What are you
Smoking.
smoking?
That's funny because I actually did say that to you at the golf club last weekend.
Shades of Havana with your host, David Zimmel, and special guest host, Nick Foster, along with our guests, Michael R. Doyle and Rod Weber. Directed by Rod Weber. Created by Michael R. Doyle. Producers, David Zimmel and Erwin Sternberg. Executive producers, Michael R. Doyle, Sean M. Sternberg, and Rod Weber. Co-producers, Steve Zimmel and John P. Doyle. Camera, Mark Manass and Sean Duenas. Editor, Steve Zimmel. And special thanks to Nick Foster for hosting us at Asbury Park Cigar and Tobacco Company in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Shades of Havana was brought to you by Senior Juan Cigars. Visit SeniorJuanCigars.com for subscriptions and suggestions for your next great cigar. Surreal. Sir-Real.com for all your streaming service solutions, or call 646-498-8888. Again, 646-498-8888. Our sponsors' websites and phone numbers are also provided in the show notes. When you visit our sponsors, you're helping them and helping our show. And if you enjoy Shades of Havana, we hope you tell your friends and give us a great rating wherever you get your podcasts. All opinions expressed by the Shades of Havana participants are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Shades of Havana, Inc., a subsidiary of MRD Productions, LLC. Shades of Havana is an MRD production.